Zechariah. He was a nice person. He was a decent person. He was very smart. He was the only Christian in the whole of the school. And I hated him. Because I thought as a Muslim, I must be better than him. But he was better than I. We start to beat him every single day that we come to school. And we agreed on that night, we need to kill him. It was dark. It was cold. And we went ahead of him. And we were 5 of us. We climbed a tree and we waited there. And from far away, we saw that a torch coming. And the light became bigger and bigger as it approached us. And the minute that he just went under the tree, we jumped at him. He was crying, he was screaming, he was shouting. We broke his arm, we broke his leg. He started to bleed. And because he started to scream and begging for help, I put my hand in his mouth so that no noise will come out of him. Similar when you are slaughtering a sheep, it's just shivering, and the others were beating him. I felt very proud. You were actually doing something for Allah. You want to please Him. And suddenly, he could no longer breathe, and we could not hear his voice. We left him in the wood between life and death. We went back, you wash yourself, and you pray. And Zechariah never came back. I've never seen him again. I was born and raised up in a very, very fanatic Muslim family. When I was a child, my father brought me to a Quran school. I was only 8 years old, and my father just dropped me there. They shaved my head. We sat in a circle. The shaykh sat in the middle of the circle, and he has a very long whip. I was forced to memorize the Quran. Every mistake that you do, this whip will just come right in the middle of your head. You're not allowed to cry, because in our culture they tell you men never cry. I was crying every single night. And they told me, you belong to the Islamic Ummah, and that's why you fight for it, you stay loyal to it. I started to hate people, to hate everybody who's not a Muslim. And I especially used to hate the Jews. So I was preparing myself to go and fight for Allah in the jihad. But every night I went to bed, and when we put the light off, I did not know what will happen with me if I die. My cousin was severely sick, and the doctors, they said he's going to die. They gave him only a couple of days. And one day came 2 people. They were Coptic Christians. And one of them wanted to greet me. And then I saw he had a cross. And then I pulled my hand back. I said, well, I'm not going to touch a hand with a cross. And then he said to me, we hear that this child is sick. We would like to pray for him. And only out of politeness, I told them, okay. And they started to speak to God like a person that he speaks to his friend. They said, God, please heal this child. The minute that they said Amen, this child opened his eyes for the first time in 4 weeks. He started to move his hands. He started to speak. He sat down in his bed and he started to walk. And one of those 2 persons who prayed sat down with me, and he said to me, you know what? The real miracle is that God wants to change your heart. Do you believe that Yeshua is alive? And I told him, yeah. Because according to the Islamic tradition, God took him to heaven and he's alive and he will come back one day. And he said to me, because he's alive, you can speak to him. That changed my entire life. And when I started to read the scripture, nobody needed to convince me to love the Jewish people. The only way for Muslims to start to love the Jews is when they meet Yeshua. I loved my family, I loved my father, I loved my mother, and I loved my community. And when I decided to follow Yeshua, my grandfather and my father said to me, "You are no longer one of us." They made a funeral. They invited friends and family. They brought a coffin to the cemetery, and they said, "Our son is dead." To be declared dead with no family, I said to God, "Where are you?" I heard this voice, and this voice told me, "You know that the grave where your name is written, you know that grave is empty. And guess what? My grave is also empty." I went to Egypt for the first time after many years, and I was in a pastoral conference. And one of the Sudanese pastors came to me, it's an elderly man, gray hair, started to speak to me, and he asked me, "Where did you come from?" I told him my story. He started to cry. And then I asked him, "Why are you crying?" And he said to me, "Do you remember me? My name is Zachariah." And suddenly, I remembered him. The last time I saw him, it was in that dark night. I could hear suddenly the way that he was screaming, even though that was 25 years. Suddenly I started to see his broken arm and broken legs. I started to see the scars which I caused him. I started to be full of shame. I was a bad person, yeah. I was terrible. So Zechariah looked me straight into the eye again, and he said to me, "Yasser, because you hated me so much, I was always praying for you." He opened his Bible, and the minute he opened his Bible, I saw that my name was written in the first page. I hated him. He prayed for me. On that day, God confronted me. He said to me, "Even before you start to think about me, I was thinking about you. To love those who hate you, you need someone whose name is Yeshua."
Life story. A tear for me chacha will be a life to say, Seto, membo video 10 we say, Ubi awaka say time a show. Life to be chia, okay. Also, a bob video, but say I'm a bob week a crown, okay. They invite a man for a man for Baby Drew has say no. On benya notification, no one who say the program na shall say, okay. Because any Monday we say no, okay, ex-Muslim Monday, let the ex-Muslim speak. And a program near Baba was said, and see, me person me train my ex-Muslims, no many notifications, no many line, so say the bell bet my baba, bet my baba share a be almost stories, no so the Amaya was saying, okay, because so a man for you sincere to themselves, no they are. No amunya amuhunu be say a reasonable say in people be doubt to Islam say it is reasonable, okay, because even seto krampo busa questions no Muslims are claim say ye imam and say nim osom ne mu kese no ntimi ma ha say imam defend osom no so nye say bia bae na bebe kan asem no kire ye no na bibia ye clear so na yes still engine di and say obi wo honom na say the ye prove point no but so ngi this thing ntimi for so obi aso so enti uhwe krampa eno a program na ye no Muslims ne frɛ ha say no na question time enti ye ma Muslims na say obi a person ofrɛ bi obusa question bi afrɛ but ye de no kra na kire ono an put me gitum but e ba Quran ne mo pene wo pretend say why ready say why we see na kuma mu say onji ndida de me ka kire no evidence a ye de be kire no onji ndida enye sa na ye tie wo ha say okay Nti ye kan sem we say no scholars and answer omo claim so omo nim de e wo som we honom omo ba hase omo ntimi nkyerɛkyerɛ hwe ase omo ntimi de omo be kyerɛ ye bia no bon se ne enye bibia e contradict de omo de kyerɛ ye wo hase no so nti akoma manfo bebre a sha ase no omo reason no omo hunu ne say okay me ye wo me to osom we say mu ye de ateteme nti of course me gidi but say no mame question osom mame mbusa mame putu me som no into test say what you say na mame putu no into test akwa yet say ebi wo hodom na okay ebia we obi a wo sika na say bia we obi a we successful no wakwa ko hia oba bia okay oba ne so odo oba no so ni mu situation nyina e na wo so odo enti duru ba bi na wo pese wo hunu se oba na odo wampa enti se wunni se sika na wo wo no sisi se wunni ka na wo dabu sisi se akoba ne se wo pese wo kɔ akurase na kokodi akurase for 4 months oba na wo so odo na wo ne wo te big house mu Kumase wa Accra no obetime agya ono obedi wachi no akɔ akurase aga kɔsra wo maame atena wo no for 6 months anasa ye usika no also push sometimes also testing your mahwe na wo hunu say de wo de wo ho to no so no obeso mu anasa wo so mu okay enti sa na akwakoba wo ha say some Muslims no ebi munya courage no no makasa me sum we say no okay you strong ala na de baaye se to we say no wonim hwe enti de se to ka bia ye tro ti ekwa test ya hwe monfrɛ wo de ya program na monfrɛ na mo test ebe ma ugidi mo mpa ye strong so ebe ma ugidi ma ye strong de ye wa say no wo senka uhunu ni say de bia ye promote allow ha say adentina obu afumpo da wo say na feedback we ba wa say de bia ye promote allow e wo ha say ye bo allow din adentina wo fra na obu afu adentina wo hwe program wo ye na obu afu adentra busa wo ho a type of programming bia ye dia to obi trim it is a wunya ti obi na all can sem okay because it's a akwa test na wo sua test no wo sua exams no wo sua nyese wadua po enti wo depend wa po no so wo sua wo ye sure of say the wo sua no so no wa we ne pop wo ti bibia ase obi kan kire wo so exams na akwa no ba wi cramp emfa ho enye de all can ebebam eye de wo ye wo ability na wo sua no e na akwa prove so wo hunu enti sana akwa enti wo gi wo som ne di na obi suso engine di na obi busa questions obi criticizing yema bi obi nka in the favor of you no obi nka se den ka wo pese wo tena easy also dwene ho bi okay mami step out of the box no na mi ngina bonten na mi fa mani ne hwe se de ono hu niema no na mi analyze hwe ka be hunu bi okay but dey hwe eniema no ka be hunu bi okay nti ye ba ha say no na ye program no enu Muslims to mo free ni nyina no ba akompo de wo say Quran say 7 planet Quran ka 7 planet wo henfa omunim de omo kasafa ho no so omun say nim de omo kasafa ho no dey say omo kura Islamic name aye Arabic name ba akone ba Muslim ni ba akone ba ha say no me busa ne say wo ye Muslim ana say unye Muslim we Muslim and I say we Muslim. Or say I didn't know me that question we say or person catch them say ni din identify and say we Muslim. But the same people no ebi mu we no say chomo ho say enye edin na de kire say we Muslim an obi betimi hwe confusion. And no kwampo munye omadwene nkope on this matter. And then ex Muslim on there okay. Me person me make us too much. Ex Muslim bia online so bia na or person will share story. Yeah, I perceive bia how I will join here, okay? Why am I will join here? A dear na wujidi, yeah, ma wujidi, especially my young woman to me. My woman to me, they clear, sure say, yeah, womb to me, the Albedamusa. But if you are join here, a dear na ma will join here, and as a free mu, so a dear ma free mu, so what I say, a dear na who was so many and chire ben a how ye a bodao as a Muslim, no. Okay, because say won church bebre honom na bia okodwa ni Islam no na ko hunu say bia omun church bi mu kire say so be free or so many man okay apostasy na or punishment saying na wa be church be okay e bia o join or some no na hunu say Quran no e support to child marriage akora keto a onyangu bra obetimi awane no so what you say na Quran support to nti bia hunu bibi say na nyanyakopon book no and nti na ti say okay ti bibi say na yepese yete stories no any bibi say na yepese yete okay ma me say me the link ni super to one faster na wa we ex muslim bia na wa frɛ na wa dey na ba be share with message wa say no ye say wo so ji ohudi na say bia de ye kan bia no so ye ntro so a you be telephone lines ne tum next time will be na obetima frɛ wa say okay because ye ntwa ntro ye nti say and that for no okay and me say one video be take for me mo nkyerɛ mo to say you be ex muslim be obe frɛ sisi no okay the obi a frɛ krampo na your program e be there be your program be betima because Islam they are broad big okay and omu twa ntro there be the osoma okay unyina so nyina ne say na senka enyinya kopon de ma na enka ho na ka kire no say what you say na omu say Hafiz Buhari koye debate enu achi ya na say bibisa na omu pa kire say scientific miracles bi yebuzo say edina Muhammad a prophet na omu kan say bia asem bi wo Quran ni mu to wo the way wo ya malam no wo phrase ya no okay mama say menya na hello the line so nyo line nya kura hello o line nya da bia wo te meka na okay wo te meka pa dia okay na wo di ni say wo ka say free him fan that wo dey by men katino misrewa okay wo dey tif for misrema okay malam we say we malam onye ex muslim you asa katino bio we malam onye ex muslim okay ni me say ohwe me friend no my friend is on peke okay you say bia on peke because of me friend no but Ghana no I think that sometimes a man for internet no so bia on use one we do the internet no okay it's my friend is minya no until bia was on the internet na no one so frame back na me me phone na ho because me phone na me dey social media no enye na me private one eno ye we separate na me personal one so e wo me nchen until me be duru fie no one so frame me many times until boss the message friend back no one so we do me the internet na say bibisa my friend is me sanka no okay time bia no me friend be 7 times no friend be 4 times me ba my friend be 7 times no friend be 3 okay ti me one life see na wo frame nti na me pick ya no okay but the connection enye okay kai penya ye penana e tie se mako because tumpi wale na connect me malam we say malam we say ye me make kan nyina na ye ntro ensemhunu but on free ha say that on ti me free ha say so nti na ka me pen online no sisi no na ka ya digest no fast ni ahwe na ho den ni na pomodin chip chap
Seto.
yeah chip chap ex-Muslim one day. Chip chap, we are ex-Muslim there.
Yes, Muslim canteen kapa.
Okay, ex-Muslim. And one okay to chip chap. Kasa bostore kakramenti ex-Muslim Islam mono. E dey be na ma wo say bia Islam enye what din kai bostore ne kakra okay but e bia wo sa wo another stories bia be bo am ya obeti na bo am ya okay tie o.
Yeah, me da se pa na machia atifo nyina so. Ya semo. Na on say enra kramoni ba kwa na woni ne ye yi wo ka kire wo say otime kan Quran no but on tiase ye saa na etie ye nyina no me ko makranta ye start wo alif bound town ne ya kirewo a kirewo yi Quran no ye kirewo ne kinkan asa keke but ye nkirewo ase all say ya ka kirewo say book no free Nyankopon ho there is no doubt in it nti ye kirewo akinkan ne saa nti se wan hu le meaning no kra na wo mfa ho wonim kan no nko ade wo mfa because ya sa ka kirewo say wo kan a one letter bia ye nshira 10 nti no audience wote ase wo nti ase wo de wo nshira na wo je konti wo mfa
chip chap hold on ma misrewa hello malam Gabriel udini say malam Nebo chip tap Mr. Watobo. Udin. Yeah, me tell on What's it saying? Okay, Jibrila. Okay, yeah, Gabriel. Okay, until the Gabriel, Jibril. Okay. And we a scholar of Ghana, and as I say. But yeah, me tell you, but tell me, be you put a question now. That because our Muslims be no more kasa. Many Muslims will be break kasa, okay? Now a drew there, then almost a many scholar. So me ebi a also be kasa asem ni be na so won kasa asem ni bi nkyere me. Say bia me ne kasa na questions ni mu ye den mana. O se me menya scholar okay ntimi menya scholar no wono o de no o de wono ai den I rescue himself. Ntimi pese me no so me busa say wo so me no kasa. O be kasa menya scholar na say wo de obetimi akasa kama.
Discussion mini will be a discussion. Then I'll see. Or connect. Tell me why it.
Okay.
What can I tell?
But
it's in the end, you know. So kind of scholar, I tell who's scholar. Who is scholar?
Yeah, menya scholar, but me
who are someone who can
now okachire me say wo say okachire me say wo say what tie mo ahwem videos no and some na make any na yentro me boa menim de make kasa fa ho ah wo say so because in the net in you so when we can okay go straight to the point cause no problem Gabriel Gabriel go straight to the point no betima ka de me kan bia ye ntro no me ya na man be obetima ka de me kan na ye ntro no bia me ye tie Kana call minimum Malam. Na debe topic de beka mem de mem kan e entra. Da di topic be no yen sisi a wo top yen Malam yen wo topic na wo pesa wo kan no. O topic be na pesa wo kan topic be ya.
Yeah, can you apply your common sense to understand everything?
Dabi, now you can't.
That is the topic.
Dabi, and topic na sisi you can't. You can't apply common sense to understand everything. Dabi o malam. Sisi na me na wo kasa no me wo life sisi na wo frame me okay? It is who opportunity no kura po say obetimi educate me sisi e line so ma manfo atibi forget debate now open 1 week interval no na malam
Facebook so and on connect who am as a debate and I'm it you know on any responsibility to make sure that debate na papa me no them put in a make say and you program not on my kasa I'm dealing with fact. I'm not talking near them about the time I know I can say then I will use one drink and yet be a mini becanwa now program send their fata na fact
no okay but you see I know they won't even debate there be we preparations and why debate and answer
your first studio, you are going on a Minakasa. If you understand it, they have now that topic.
Now, who say you're banned face to face, another saying, and I say, how on your baby debate, no person saying face to face, another saying.
That is the problem. Me kind of we can't say me over connected. Over connected me. Me don't send them. And then they telling me the same. Say obi on no tourist Australia no better than only night. And also say
Austria.
Who ever connected? I don't know.
Yeah. No, okay. And man, maybe because you need to say just to make debate. Be no watch debate not 1 week. Now what time? No copy prepare. So we are malam on quantia, okay. And what's the way you prepared? At least a little bit. It is a bit. And 2 by so people say question. Be na also acquire who a year research answer.
Actually, when in here and in the team, man, some cases. Yes, call on the debate in Casano. Sir, question Beba, it should based on the topic. That's the Papu. I say, we regard that line. In a sense, even Doctor historian as a Meboa.
But Malam, that lecture we say too much, mammy. We are Malam or Honor, okay? That be Malam. Well, we are Malam. When are we Muslim, okay? And we are Malam, are we educated about Islam? Maybe Muslim, okay? But maybe what questions about Islam? And I'm who and maybe a Quran and Muna. Mimi who they say, and some way saying, ain't me money free and coupon be a honor.
That is your perception.
Yeah, and to be perception, no. And until a year per 1 year per se, wow, would tell some national. Uba Bontain, now baby defending our betray say, a perception you're wrong.
That's what I'm going to do.
And the other will say here time will be another thing I will hear time.
You know, I'm correct. One when the PT woman no. This is the strategy.
Strategy way.
One say, me a Muslim.
Okay.
I believe in Quran, I believe in Islamic religion, I believe in anything regarding Islam. It is a that it becomes funny to you. And I will be some question. How would I explain it for you to believe? You don't believe in that. So I'm on other Togo on other way round. Yeah, and I was what debate Quran debate religion.
Now, okay, Malam, I think on the point national. The Mimi did no, and your religion be a mini religion be a chidi. And you want to book be a one would you say if free and coupon honor.
Say logic, Massa. Are you not CSF member?
And I had the CSF.
Yeah, the religion, you know.
That be you will CSF for me, but you will CSF for me, Gabriel. That be Gabriel, TB.
It began from 1st century.
Yeah, Gabriel, and a false prophet. So if you want him from 7th century, false prophet, baby, on until and also another point. But CSF, and your religious group will be a man for be on more. Gabriel, Mammy explaining to you. That be also me ba more kasa me ba. Gabriel, me ba Miss Mammy Kasabi. Gabriel, me ba Mammy Kasabi. Who person kwana kasa? Mrs. CSF no, and your religious group be a ye need doctrine be a kasa obi a CSF. Say na what's way. Obi beti me akasa we Muslim, obi a Muslim no a CSF ni. Obi beti me akasa we Christian no a CSF. Ebi be ye atheist, ebi be ye abosom for. Obi beti me akasa we CSF ni. CSF no, and I won't tia see no a movement we say no okay. You put and America.
Common sense. Family
and you are man for me common sense family or me Muslims and so way.
Adoption in a mimi here, me, and a CSF,
Now, okay, Gabriel, okay. I think say conversation we say fan kusi baby because when you're ready, say how be kasa me wa. When you're ready, so be discuss baby how say. And why you ready? Say why you ready? So be make defend Allah. See ya me no can say. Gabriel, why you ready? Say we be defend Allah. See ya wa say a man for you, huh? Dabi. We say why you ready? Say who bet me defend Allah? See our platform. We say so. Malam paro. You know.
I don't need to. Debbie. I don't. When you say you don't believe in.
Yeah, but Malam, because say Malam. Yes, and at the country I mean Jin did know. Malam, I get now. The wow cano. Send me Jidi and Kamen question. I don't know. Malam Tebi, unji Bible nindi. Malam Tebi, unji Bible nindi. Anasa unji ndi say yes, eh, Nakopon, okay? I was a wooden canyon, you know, so be as I know what Jedi. And I over Jedi precope.
Wow, say what are they not to air? When you air discussion.
Air discussion, me. To mention reason tell me from Montreal say me back on air. Malam, me catch you say me wa life CC, me wa life CC. No, me say my catch you say me wa life CC, okay. Malam. Me she be beyond to 1 week later. Yen ko CCA. Yen na usuro CCA me ntia se.
Me suro say.
They over can next week, they over can 2-10 weeks.
Another bad no can sapa. Uti Facebook your friend say YouTube can na me hu ade a wo kan.
Anything yen chance CCA, anything I say me over say me 10 days later. Okay, yen kasa later, okay. Malam yen kasa later because my program na me wasting the time. Why can't no correct? Because employ ex-Muslim Monday, okay. Until ever we see what say. When you're ready, but yeah ready. Seto malam mo ala tumpi wale na kwanete me say malam we ne nkasa. Malam a only seto ba be kasa seto minim hwe but omohwe program no ka obeti. You will see. And go betija. But omupe say this debate now. Say obe kan won sem na 1 hour. Obe tena no kan the obe kan nyina omobo my address no. Ti say the chip kan no malam oduro de no. No ba betena onom. Akowe we I want Arabic crampo we say no opeso attack with image be no attack on kokoranda on kan hwe no o me answer questions ne da enu bi nkwa na aka omo so but say face to face give and take discussion be say no o kan betimi a che no ha say ya onye da bi yenye appointment if only say to ba debate appointment be bi on we appoint just say bia o ka say okay and eminti but ochina na ye and Monday Sunday enye this minimum the Sunday po minimum time krampa say many time Sunday kram minimum po my guy but chip member also see an okay video when person me botch am phone myself another video be on social online so be okay muntie the malam we can muntie the malam we say and I say apologetics for Islam. Muntie the Okan has say okay statement we say important.
That's the question. What day and night there? How can you have day and night without the sun? You're talking nonsense. How dare you come with this to us? How dare you, all clowns? That's the question. What day and night there? How can you have day and night without the sun? You're talking nonsense. How dare you come with this to us? How dare you, all clowns?
TV. How dare you? You are all clowns. Or cancer Bible muno. Nyankopon the kind ball first day, second day, third day, and sun or sun and the moon. No, how can it be possible? How can you have day and night? No, nyambos had when we say now. Sana Muslims neka about the Bible. Sana UT either were born there, and also now all can about the Bible. When they say day and night, you know, how was it possible? Because I said, yeah, it's the Bible, and how are you? Or me a clowns? no only Christian even a debate we say anyone no mo okay we go read debate that obesrewu but hijab also kind the same thing say how is it possible and possible but uba Quran anymore the same thing as shawonom Aladdin kan bo asase so niema in the Quran obo asase so niema ni nyina awie ansa na okọ heaven no okọ heaven honom tema no okọ heaven honom no na bibia ni honom no onyambo heaven okọ no okọ heaven and obo moon stars sun bibia wo heaven honom say what e no obo or the light be crampo for protection enti ono na me say wonnim bibi for Islam ho a and on betimi dey fool about the Bible simple because logic now omo dey attack Christians no the same thing go against you omo but Christopher no omo nse den sua Islam omo nsua Quran no but Muslims ni dey ye sheda kire omo bia baby omo betimi dey attack Christians na crampo ye kire omo ye sheda kire omo baby omo betimi dey attack Christians no and until the last time one Muslim brother ba say obegu ne ho anim ase no o kan say e na Yesu kan say monko fa omo pese ma ye ohene no monko fa ne mra ne yinku omo because otifri hifa otifri ni most enkofo no honom azan ene ye chie no ye chire say ntisa Bible na nkasa enye Yesu ne kansa enim guase okoy wa ma bion okay ntisa na omotie nti Muslims no omo claim say Bible ne ye false because say Yakopon Bible mu Yakopon no wa mo sun and the moon no wa born the first day or born on the 4th day and the vegetations no born on the 3rd day e better not possible but Quran say the same thing so mobile bon things say na me say e be suppose wo munyina okay chip me sorry okay malam we say no na me person me hwe na adwene kakra but ma hu say hwi ni honom nsem hunu chip kasa kakra ma me
okay me da say pa on say ube free religion muna oye enlightened say usua dia ho you are powerful papa malam a wo fra wo say wo ye malam a wonim ade die ti na wo say wo koye over prepared ansa na wa ba be hia wo bi a mo kire say wonim hwe about Islam de bi
chip a freezing. Yes, a toe is ever read. Chip a freezer.
Che malam we see ya Quran say. O say de se to kan nyina.
Okay, chip a freezer a disconnected.
Say de se to ye kan nyina no.
Chip yesterday why in a freezy what disconnected was about back in point. The kan yantin ye.
Sir, okay, sisi ya clear.
Sisi ya de clear but o flag and the crampo free honum.
Hey, sir. But me home the no ha clear so.
Okay. On the to voice near the moment who the kasa baba.
Okay.
Before they what the kasa baba.
Nti say malam wo say de se to kan nyina free se to start say wo kan about Islam do kan nyina ye ntora which means wo wunya so ana say why research who say de se to kan wo boa. Nti you don't need to go and prepare biem. So waka so wo prepare dia na say wo free wano na buy keke say de so to kan wo boa
mo boa
enti di enti na wo so sa enti we kan opportunity wo buy as to wo ka say Allah say wo boa na wo the evidence na ba pan ni kwa sa afi na wo kwatena ana say see awo twen say Allah did the mother book na e wo heaven ne bebre na ana say there is no scholar in also ono abegina wa say adwene ni ba akofo tirim and yes a monim sa dia mo ba debate na mo pe malamfo be 10 and yes we nim man kofa nipa ba akope wuntimi mba na asa meka kire sa adwene ni ba akofo tirim wo be ye dai and adi ya no mo sa aka se wo se to wonji ade ni di enti na wo busa no menim ba bi o ma adwene ya na ewo enye se to nko na ne kasa nipa be de wo ho na ehwe program no the whole world will be afafun a obenya program na hwe eda YouTube na Facebook so eda kwa afebo enti memfa nche wa adwunum se se to no nkoa na wo ne kasa o kasa fo ye nyina nti se o kasa kura na se to anye ndi a ya ye tie no obi a wa adwene e bi kura na wo kasa mu no wa convince wo bi no aba be kasa wo ampa de se to kan wo bo abede malam ne kan ye no kre na e bi a change sa nipa na adwene me nim adwene ya na e wo mutirim nti wo de yemfa no nto na me ka asem bi enti no say me satama me yekremoni no na me nim Bible kra more than Quran adia o maka kire say Quran there is no doubt mistake bi anim nti wo mpe kra say wo kokosua Quran no kra mo biem because yes mistake bi anim na emom no yes Bible no there mistakes wom nti anytime bia no sorry bia na wakoko bie Bible no na wo kan so a mistake na ba bia mistakes ne wo no ho na wo ye more interested nti na me wo book bi a Bible quotations nko an na egum nti se me dru ba bi na so mo di atia about Bible a na me interested pa na makoko tena hobby na ndi e me so me de manual tum na ye but obusa me question about Quran a mentimi nkotu aya enchire mu nchire because me see the meaning no kan ne de betima kan but me nim ni meaning no ta na na etie enti me ka se mre bi na me wo Ghana na me nwene kente e na Yehowa fo mienu e baaye emma mienu no so omo de anytime de omo chinchina na omo ka about Bible nti omo baaye aja e na omo so omo be ka Bible asema kire me na me so mani gye e na me ja adwuma kora to na me kofa me book no e de be face wo mo nti omo ka na maka omo de to na me de ato na me busa omo questions nti at the end no e na me ka kire omo say he book we emfiri Nyankopon bia nipa na twereye nti fie na me tim no so no na mai bi wo ho ye kramoni mpenifo no bi no oka ho ye ka masalachi wo mpenifo no bi a na oka ho bi wo ye kramoni pa nti ye te wo discuss ni nyina no so te ne veranda mu a wo tie bibia nti me at the end na me ka kire Yehowafo ne say Bible no ye nipa na twere enye Nyankopon bia book no afede o ye wie bibia o mo di nkra o mo koye no de mai na ka kire me ne say wote wo na wo ka kire o mo say Bible no ye nipa na twere na firi Nyankopon na Quran no wo na wo twere
no mala no no Muslim
o ye kramoni pa Muslim pa
okay
o ye Muslim pa no o ye kotokoli fo hene no eno no tino ye o nim Islam pa so ye mpenifo ni bia be sa question no obusa wo se wo ka kire o mo say Bible ni nipa na twere na Quran no wo na wo twere o ka sa no ho me bufu no rough me say na wo kramoni pa na wo ka bibi say ya kire me bufu no papa but na sia afede me be ye yiwi ya me hu say na me say akwa na sempa na o ka kire me no which means enkramofo no dodo na no omunim se book no emfiri Nyankopon but wontimi njai wode ne ho waye ne ho say ase me de me ho adjoin ne kuo keke se de be bia me ye bibia menya support enye se wafa ne se efiri Nyankopon ho ana se wo kokori 72 virgins bi daache da bi onni sa adwene no wahu se eni nyina no eye fake but wode ne ho adjoin ne group keke nti nipa bi say won kokum ma Allah onkum ma komsheni o kasa kra na obetena ono wo serew sa nkofo no bi say no kra de omo ni problem nti afena metena ase na me te na se pa say asem na obusa me na eye no kre da wo say Bible ni nipa na twere ya Quran wo na twere ana so papa na twere ta ni nyina ye the same ade comment but na me nye ma adwe kura say me kohwe the meaning na na say me de anytime bia no akenkan na ye wo sura suratul kahf obi wo so ana
obi afre okay captain afre but
okay,
ma captain kaza okay hello captain
hello seto
bibia boko
mama mbona fast
yeah but me so frame anapa we say me so nyame score be free hono mana
sa andra na my friend no
okay
program na my friend later
na okay kasamitie
okay mama so on them that yeah makram for omoba no montement debate no it starting from Quran or Prophet Muhammad time no book of Quran chapter 3 verse 61 that chapter no na ya time na Christians omoba himself from Yemen no omoba person Prophet Muhammad aya debate and omobisa Prophet Muhammad omokata Prophet Muhammad say Jesus no ya nyankopon because Jesus and verse we know in the masali Isa no there is a verse na see the similarity of Jesus.
Quran chapter 3 verse 59.
The similarity of Jesus is the same as Adam. No, just Adam and a verse when because now Obama debated for Prophet Muhammad. No, Prophet Muhammad said Jesus the Yakupon neighbor. And Prophet Muhammad Jesus no by Yakupon, but Obiaban Yakupon the son, the Adam no by Yakupon son. Because Yakupon, Adam the Yakupon Adam, and Jesus the Yawuno. And she said, I say, Adam. Adam is the son of God. That was my saying. Until all down a verse number. And the debate in the Bakoswa, chapter 3, verse 61. No, Prophet Muhammad, no, or the strategy be. Or see, Mumbra, Mumfam family bra, Mumfam Yermo bra, Namas Mumfam Yermo bra, Mumfam Bama, Muchodres bra, Namas Mumfam Chadama. I am 4 case. The auto wow, strategy now uses that time honor. In the stand of debate, even Ghana, Pram, in the Malam menu, our Ghana. Now we are debate. Woman, you now, Cramofo. Other man, the Catrada who starts in a say that as some of the best, I'm a Jurciano. Man, no, I'm fan of family and bra. No, so other man is a family bra. No, when you're not Betchina. No, Marcus, or my podcast. Your children throwing in an Yakupo on Castino. And to open, I make sense.
It makes sense simple because we say the answer will be questions.
And ultimately answer question no. And the first question from Muhammad that time no because see the similarity of Adam the same as similarity of Jesus the same as we Adam, which is a lie. Then you know say nyantro. And so what strategy be no debate here. What strategy you know. First of all, put fears. Put fears in you know. So put fears and now start your panic here. That time no take advantage. Until we are no me young buckets. And now first time no cry. First verse no what you say from Muhammad on yet justice because catch say for Christians, you know, the Jesus, ya, Coupon, and a son of God. And I will see Omochon. Then I tell Omochon. This is what they believe. That Christians, the Catholic said, they believe, say, Jesus, your God, yeah, and interest Omochon. And I don't believe, yeah. Wow. And I'm so on the men debate, you know, or the men prove wrong, you know, or I know, or start your case, or do no. Now, or no, or yes, the normal circle. No, almost I yet. Until no more debate, make sure say more or panic, and I won't put any fears in your heart. Just be man and debate them. Wow.
Yes.
And I verse be, I am a coach, man, I'm a junior service, no, sir. And no come from a type of verse, no. So I'm the Surat for Silat. Now, go for see or no,
41 chapter 41.
Okay.
Okay, verse number 9.
I see, no, number 12. Not the lamps as a protection. And as a protection, no cost Surah Mulkia, Surah 67, verse 5. 41 and it no lamps as protection. But of course, Surah 67, verse 5, no. And it's a lamps are crony a star. And the star no or
what is 67 verse 5?
Yeah, 67 verse 5.
Okay. Okay.
And the Surah for Sila to know. See, upon lamps as a protection, no. And the Surah 67 verse 5, protection as a no car. Or see, upon lamp no. Not beautifying the sun, or more, Shayatin Jinamo, no, or the Yamizal, at the Shutom. I'm a Jewish service on us, damn the Overhokram for scientific evidence, scientific, all the way from almost a minute. Avraham Ben Moshe be sacram of 4 men sat on the debate, or Pierre Bow, our platforms, and on the map explaining. But Mobile, we know other one. Big Bang, no mark of fact. Now when the soul, that's always was a certificate evidence as well. I don't know more explain on a damn Papa explain Big Bang in it. When the science form confirm and so on. But the science form confirm, but who did the bay? But more say, well, no, it doesn't go with science.
Mhm.
Ente omo kata na time bia o de bi so omo a omo mpese omo kura ho se obi la kura ho se kura first be wo Quran. Na Yakobon say o de star adi ya mizala shoot shaitan. We make sense.
And you make sense, and make sense. But okay, my explain it to man for now, man for TSC be okay. It's brother now, because see and also ex-Muslims are okay. The question, as some are can in say okay, according to Quran chapter 41, Quran chapter 41, no, 41 verse number 12. We shall say free verse number 9 now, ABC number 12, a boom is talking about the creation. Allah the kind ball 2 days or the boss I say. And I was added 2 days. Was added 2 days. A boy as soon near many plants, trees, ni bibia. And we, you know, and Allah o 2 course, okay? O 2 course, no, ball a straw so near money, no, 7 heavens, ni bibia. And a bobo lamp be was so one of my stars, no, okay? And also a lamp now or born or heaven, one munti be on Yakupon. Ah, oh, 2 mina, what Timika say, be now, but I be no, or ball lamp be was so and we decorated the lowest universe, almost a universe, okay, with lamps, okay, and for protection. And the island needs protection. A man for bino almost as ye shall say analyze test ni na o tia say wo English mo so what kind of Arabic na e be sound very nice ye dey tin wo tia Arabic na esun no be sun no ne ho popo na and so tata no na ne minimum de ye wo de but what meaning na say Allah here protection Allah was that create BB for protection to protect himself and at the corner I was saying
no protection o can answer na jeans no jeans we are from Shayatin jeans from Onyano. Before now we no say na omo yasu say yes no. You from say no omo small mo sa ka per mo for no omo small mo no omo kwasoro the Allah be ya china to say on china and in future Allah discuss there with angels mo. Nto omo kwa anyi mo so omo doju ko omo doju ko no omo ko jina bibi no omo tia sama Allah kan.
Well,
until Motia, no more baba catch like after form.
Captain, as some now can't see an Upa Sani a chair or most can I say?
It's even crying such a chip up one line, Sana Chile or Machirano.
It's time when we are Muslim, now we didn't know. The near can reach now can say, now we're doing the same.
And then I never believe it, I never believe it says, we know sunlight to the star. Even for 4 years when I'm starting to say yes, star, because we know people are not because of this, you know. Me catch say no, yes star, or see there be and yes star, me no idea yes star. Oh no, start to tell me see star ba kukura, association we kura, yes we kura. Never believe it. Now let me fair program and I say until when you know much on trust say yes star. Because me na me call chat there, na believe say who are the star, no be there. And no kura there ya culture keke na ya believe, and yes say na kuna star na believe it. Even sana Quran verse Quran kasa verse na kasa Quran si na sata na ka per mo for no mo sa no me believe say obi law sa no me tell in Islam no mo jitem say e bia o hini ni pa kasi abi pa no and the prophet Muhammad ba ya no so instead of say o mo right answer no sa say o no so start to bomb way or see o mo sa na we mo na Jesus for no mo ko tie ti Yakobon beka plants na Yakobon ya no say chino be ya no so mo ko ta plants na no mo ba be ka kira as mu sa so say ya so na ka pere mu nti ape Yakobon ya prepare at the Iron Dome Israel for army the first missile no to her afi mo ba no the shoot mo flip aba nti o see time mala be MSF 5 years na me ti o see just down no the back for me out who are only bad as so ko ho say adino eno na da ho no so no odi oni ho say ho no sa ho be wu na ba obi ahun ka ala shoot some that na e back down there ni bad as na dia oni on teme hu sa you know.
Oh my god okay captain what am that
kana sam no ka start be my mama ka kura see ewo Allah ewo no ati say donkey e be kura be confirm me Say, wo, that is a donkey. It says, Uti ha, not donkey, never chum. Now, the only who say, who's that donkey? Now, who was here? That Alacrete, wo. That is a donkey. Uti ha, and a donkey, never chum. So, who donkey now? Uber. And says, that donkey, on the we are seeing and America. That's a donkey back. Whoa, I better that's the mouth for Ghana. They don't never say no more. Wow. Oh, more funny stories. We are ultimate.
Yes, me that's okay, Captain, me that's it. So now, me say, mamu story ni been okay. Nyankopon na oye Almighty God no. I didn't think a man for Tim Coco tie the walker. We say, Allah Surah to class, Obian, or one and only, on Tissa Obian to say one. But on another number for no more discussion on next week, another saying. Or more discussion now, or more by just say, I am not Satan, Jibril, Echo could see the oil, okay? I'm ready to say, ex-Muslim man. Hello? Yeah, hello. Why I can say?
Yeah. Yes, I told this is Rashid.
Rashid, ex-Muslim, man.
Yesterday I called, sir.
Yeah, but
you didn't pick my call.
Yeah, but you said you were going to call back, and then the too many calls came in. I couldn't find it.
I called
Rashid, are you an ex-Muslim? And I said, when you're ex-Muslim.
Come again.
Are you an ex-Muslim?
No, I want you to give me. I'm a pure Muslim. I want you to give me an opportunity. That chip chap there.
No, okay. Rashid. Chip chap.
Yeah.
Seto.
Chip chap is there.
Chip chap. Me man opportunity now. I say.
What the man opportunity was my chance to Robin. What the man opportunity.
Okay.
He lied concerning Salat. He lied concerning Salah.
Yeah, okay. Then clarify it. My clarification.
Let me ask him, or let me tell him the truth, and he will tell me that whether what I'm saying is lying or what he is saying is the truth.
Yeah, okay, Kasa.
You see, the chip tap one day in this very what do you call it? Your line. He made a command that. This our Salah, the 5 daily Salah. We have Maghrib, we have Subhi, what do you call it, Zuhr, As, Maghrib, and Isha. And he told you how the number of rak'ahs we do, or prostrations we do. And he talked about the last. Maybe let me use one prayer example.
Kasa. Okay, net tonight. The net. We about the time no Kasa. Oh, but hey,
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Kasa it's you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
he said the Zuhr. That's what the noon prayer. It is 4 rakat, 4 what you call composite rakat. He said the 4 rakat. You read the Fatiha and read any other surah you like. But the last rakat, you read only Fatiha and you don't read any surah. When you add any surah, if I'm not mistaken, but that's what I heard him. If that you
which salat are you referring to? Which salat?
Was it the last one? No.
Zuhr. Even Isha.
Okay.
Isha. You said the right example that when you read Fatiha, then you don't know, you don't have to add any other surah. The last 2 rakats, you don't have to add any surah. If you add any surah there, all your salat is nullified. Where did you get that? So can you tell me that one that made you drop Islam or what? Where did you get that in? It is not true.
Okay, Chip Chap, but okay, wait a minute. Let my Chip Chap will answer question on my.
The salah, let me tell you, the Fatiha is what we call Farid. What is the Fatiha? Why Fatiha? Let me even ask you first. If you claim that you were a Muslim or you knew something, why Fatiha?
So you want to tell? So you want to tell me that, for example, the Zuhur. Are you listening?
I'm using only Zuhr. I can even use Isha. I can even use Isha to set you an example. But I'm just using Zuhr. Zuhr and Isha, they are all 4 rakats.
you made mention. I wanted to do a video for that, but I just want you to tell me why. What do you call it? Why do we read what they call it? Fatiha. Always. Why do we read Fatiha always? And why do we read the Surah addition always? Why? Tell me.
Okay, then which means Islam, we cannot depend on even the scholars, because the scholars used to interpret Islam, or they used to tell us how to pray. And many scholars, they say that, for example, the Zuhur is 4. The first 2, if you recite Fatiha, then you add any surah or ayah, you know. But the second 2, if you read Fatiha, you don't add any surah. And there are many Muslims online, they know it. So if you have any other different teachings, then you can also bring it. Then we see.
You said, listen, you said when you add any surah, it means all your salah is nullified. Why?
It is not allowed. That's what they say. It is not allowed. This is what is not how the prophet taught how.
And why? What do you call it?
I don't know the reason. I don't know the reason. So if you have any other teachings, or if you think what the scholars are saying, you can also do the teachings and bring your evidences. Then we will see. Even among the Muslims, you will divide.
Chip Chap, you said you were a Muslim and you dropped. Can you tell me the difference between the Fatiha and the other surah? Can you tell me?
The Fatiha is the compulsory. You cannot pray without reciting Fatiha.
Why compulsory?
I don't know why compulsory. Go and ask Allah, my guy.
So why are you out of Islam? And you don't know anything in your house. You don't know anything about it.
So I don't know anything. I should be in. Why I don't know anything? I should be inside. Why I don't know anything? So you want to tell me?
Let me put that one. So what you said is lies. It's lie. When you
okay, okay. No problem. If it is a lie, then you do teachings. You bring it out for us to see.
And the surah
I said.
It's supposed to listen.
No problem. Just do your teachings, you bring it out, and you see even your fellow Muslims will debunk you. You bring your teachings.
Chip Chap, are you the one talking or Seto?
Wait, Rashid, okay, wait. Rashid, wait a minute, wait. Rashid, wait, Chip Chap, Rashid, wait a minute, okay? Okay, Chip Chap stated and made all the claims, okay? We have the video, we have it on recording. I want you, Rashid, to go from the 5 daily prayers step by step, how it's supposed to be done. Just mention everything step by step, just as Chip Chaps did, so that we can have both of the audios and we can compare it and we can ask different Muslims.
There's no need for me to go
now,
around that.
Of course, why not? We want to know the truth. We want to know
if you do video. When you bring your video, even your fellow Muslims will debunk you. For me, I'll just be sitting outside and laughing.
No, Rashid, you just called right now. Rashid, no. Yeah, you said he's lying. Okay, fine. Let's say you said he's lying, so we want to know if he is lying or you are lying.
Why he lied?
Okay, so tell us according to you, how is the prayer supposed to be? Huh?
That is what I'm saying.
So tell us. Start from the first prayer.
Can you listen to me?
Can you listen to me, Rashid? I've given you opportunity to speak. Now we want to know who is telling the truth.
I'm not saying you don't want to know.
Okay, so tell us. The first prayer, the morning prayer. Rashid.
Can you give me an opportunity to talk?
Then listen to my question. I want you to go straight to the point.
That's good. I like it very well. But if you interrupt, it will not be nice.
Okay, then be quiet. Be quiet. Listen to what I'm saying and go and just do what as I say. Chip Chap has made his claims.
You said I should tell you all the salah.
Yes, from the beginning, for the first one, how it's supposed to be done.
Explain to you and how we do it. And I'm saying that Seto, it's not about that. I am pinpointing where the place.
But how do we know you are not lying to us? How do we know you are not lying?
If you say I'm lying, then do the proper one. Let's see. Let's listen to you.
So that is why I said you put it on record. State all the prayers, how it's supposed to be done. Then we can take that one from Chip Chap and we can compare to yours, and we will ask other Muslims.
We have what do you call it? Something we call Zuhur.
Okay.
The Zuhur is the dawn prayers. The dawn prayer is supposed to be what we call 2 rakats, but we have something we call farid. Nawafil. The Nawafil too is also 2 rakats. That one is individual prayers. But the first 2 rakat that you follow the imam, you behind imam, it is compulsory prayers. But the one, the individual, we call it nawafil. That you do it alone. If you like, you do. If you don't like, you don't.
Rashid, I didn't hear you well. You said the Zuhur is 2 rakat.
I'm not saying Zuhur. I say Suh.
Okay. The Fajr.
I say Suh. Listen very carefully. I just don't want to make it. It's very long tonight. I am picking points.
But Chief Chap was able to make it. Chief Chap was able to make it.
I'm not going to even talk of only that one. He talked about the stars. The stars. Allah said Allah block stars and chase what do you call it?
No. We are not talking about stars. You said I'm lying on the salat. You make your point.
On the salat. I want that to be clear on the salat first before we move to anywhere. Tell us how the salat is supposed to be, so that we can compare it to Chip Chap, and then we will know who is lying, who is speaking the truth. We are not here just to make propaganda. You've just called in. I've given you the opportunity. Tell us 5 daily prayers.
What he stated.
Huh?
Listen, his 5 daily prayers. Where I came to met him is when he was talking about the
So you didn't even listen to all the prayers. So okay. Stop. Now, no, Rashid. I'm not listening. I want you to listen. Rashid. Chip Chap, he taught us or catch 5 daily prayers. No, explain it how I don't know what kind of say. Because rituals. I was somewhere. Okay. Now, no. I want you to tell us how are the prayers done in Islam, starting from the first one, equal to the 5th one. How are the prayers done? What is compulsory?
Yes, that's what
First prayer, your friend is saying.
On the first one.
First one, your friend is saying.
That is the dawn prayer.
Your friend is saying.
Sorry.
Okay.
You can say Fajr prayer, Subhi.
Okay.
Or you can say Fajr prayer. So and I told you there is 2 rakats.
2 rakats. Okay, 2 rakats. I said you're saying.
Huh?
What is the meaning of 2 rakats?
About the 2 rakats is like the prostrations. The prostrations. You prostrate about 2 times.
Okay, and you don't have to say any verse. You don't have to recite anything. You don't have to say Fatiha. That's
what I'm saying. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, just name it.
It's a lot.
Say, can you not try any? Just say it all. Tell us all.
And listen. The compulsion one, when you done, you have to sit down, and we have something we call tahiyya. Tahiyya to lillahi, azakiyya to lillahi, tahiyya to salawat. We have it is broad. So you say it. Are you there?
Okay, Zuhi or Fajr is the first prayer. 2 rakat. Okay, what's the second prayer?
The subhi. Not zuhr, subhi.
Yeah, subhi. Okay, and what's the second prayer? What is the name of the second prayer?
The second prayer that we call zuhr, the noon, 12 o'clock prayer.
Okay, zuhr. How many rakat?
And the individuals.
How many rakat you said?
There are 4 too. But if you like 4 rakat.
Okay, 4 rakat.
And we have another 4 rakat for individual. If you like it, you make it 4. If you like it, you do it 2. That
okay.
Individual is so compulsory, and it's just the same as you supplicate with the first prayers. And this, let's go to the Asr. Asr, the same thing. And you after the Zuhr, the Zuhr, you don't recite it out. The first 2 rakat you should recite it doesn't come out. The surah that you add to, it doesn't come out.
Why doesn't it come out? Anything you don't speak it out. Why not?
Huh?
Why don't you speak it out? Why doesn't it come out?
It is a long story.
Tell us. Why not? Why not?
Listen, when they were persecuting Muhammad or those times, they used to hide to pray.
Okay, so
hide to pray, so they don't want
No. Because you asked Chip Chap, so why did they use Fatiha? And Chip Chap said he doesn't know. We want to know too. If you know, you said you are a Muslim, so you have to know.
I am telling. I was asking him some particular place. Know what you are telling me? You are telling me something.
Now you asked Chip Chap. You said if you are a Muslim, you should. Why do you?
And Chip Chap said, Chip Chap, listen. Look, what I am pinpointing. If I don't pinpoint something, that it means it's no concern. Or he has said it right. But where I am pinpointing is not what is.
No, but I want to know too. If you are a Muslim, let me know why do you sometimes have to pray? Why do you sometimes have to pray loud and sometimes you don't have to pray? At the same time, you are doing 4 rakats, but 2 of them you pray it loud, and 1 of them you don't pray it loud. Why? You don't speak out. Why not?
Come again.
You said you by the zoo you do 4 rakats.
That is yes.
2 of them you don't speak out, and two of them you speak out.
That is the tradition of the prophet.
Yeah, but why?
He used to pray.
Why? Give us a reason why you don't have to speak it out and why you have to speak it out. What is the reason? What is the logic behind that?
Seto, this is not why we are here. And why I'm calling you.
Chipcha, okay. Because of the onye ex-Muslim, I can't call this here because onye ex-Muslim. So Yamano
akwa we wa ho. Kremoni bia o hwe bia na obehu sa akwa we. Chese o pese wo frɛ kekeye dede. O ntimi nka nkyerem se Zohor no eye 4 ye kan 2 out na ya kan 2 silent. Kremoni no okosia Islam wo he. Zohor ene asr ni nyina no. Ni nyina ye 4 ni nyina no yen kan ma ni mpie, yen kan ma voice mpie. Kremoni bia o hwe bia ex-Muslim o de obi be frɛ sisi ye ya confirm. Zohor awia sala yen kan ma ni mpie abonten. 4 ni nyina no ye silent.
And
now design is kind of silent. Now catch them says that time now comes any and then crop for no musi no more silent or kind of silent no. Na enne oh yes Allah why this yes Allah be. I didn't know one kind man and babonting.
Now okay, but
ask them there, friend.
But Asar now kind and I did be in a twice after Asar and they never.
After Asar near Maghrib and after Maghrib near Isha last one.
Ishai.
Yeah, Ishai na last one.
And so and the Maghrib near how many rakats no?
Maghrib near 3. Maghrib near 3. First two no. Obe kanya manapie. And a last one no one kind manipie.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ishai no 4 obligatory. Ni na total near 7. But 4 no and obligatory. 4 no first 2 no be kan manapie, second 2 no kan manipie. And as 3 na aka no omo fere ne shafi wal witr. Nti shafi ni ye 2 and a witr no last one. Nti sa 3 no enshada nye compulsory sa nti ebi wo ha ebi amasalachi na okokoye sala na ebi wo ha wo ye 3 ni nyina amasalachi ono wa bafie. Obi wo nso a obafie wa ye bibia wie a wo ba beda no na wa ye sa 3 no na wada obu okra na wo ye 2 no e wo masalachi wo last one na ye friend no witr no oba fie no wo ye bibia wi a no wa ye no wada because nkyerɛkyerɛ bi kyerɛ sɛ wo ye sa la sala ni wi a eni kwan sɛ wo tena abonten di nkomo bi ana bibi kra nti wo sɛ wo ye wo bibia wadi wo nkomo sɛ konkonsa kra na wodi a wo ye wo bibia wi no wo ye last one ni wi na wo bo mpa ye wi a no ase wa to ho no wada en de wo nsa nkasa na wo nye dwumadie bia.
Okay.
Na say o de clean body and I say clean soul and a kodai nti e bia wu kra na ja wonya 72 virgins akɔhye o montem.
Ex-Muslim but captain as Africa yen we say captain but hello.
Yeah, no.
Entro, where sure. Okay.
Fajr no. I 2 raka.
Uh-huh.
And then we had the
okay.
4. Until 4 no, or see 4 no, after 4 no, now we start another 4 come. And I hope they are 2. And then you're going to get through. Another 4.
Uh-huh.
What kind of no, but I to say a composer we are now. And just for say,
Okay.
Asal na eweji ano zor and asal na gane the obayan silent. Won kind of FPA. Obayan silent. Wow. And the Maghreb piano and them said 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock piano. No more two rakano obayan na waka obayan 3 na obayan two rakano obayan first two obayan na waka kind out. Last one no. Third one dia na waka kind silent. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We are another two rakas to count. And so a obligation. Wow. Then the last one and I am we know Isha. Isha no I said I am 7. Then I am 4. But three no another 3 will come open over here. 7. But open yes I will know Saturday no come. Okay, I know we are 4. But most of them, most of them, no, or we are 7. Or my 4, no, mathematical. Let no sorry. Over 10 of us, there are few people, Ben, no, sorry, and no more for Yan. And I may promote Yan, or more coffee, and no more. And I may require no open yet. Wow. Until what? See, yes, no, because no more persecuting Muslims because of that. When I go persecuting Muslim, tell me on the silence, I will block one or what.
Yeah.
We are fighting the more kind of loud. We shine the more loud. Madness, we are loud. And those who are there, see, you have the more persecuting. I said, I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because was that okay? They found another Muslim be for okay. And heard the also better. But that's hello. Tupac, Bodima man for who okay, catch it. Captain, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, easy. But that's it.
Yeah, Pacho.
Oh, back to.
Background go do no ansana because person Musa for question back.
Okay.
Yeah, Pacho pa. When we say person Musa Malembia, I Wogana, and Malembia. Oh, we are say with all due respect, with even Chief Imam, Pacho, with all due respect to, but Mpese omonchire Quran mu ana hadith mu Prophet Muhammad kwaje mpaibono 50 ode ba Jude man call back so I be can 5 no fa ana nyankopo etro Quran mu ana hadith mu ochire Prophet Muhammad say moba munye way 5 way 5 no ana 2 no say mo kan munye ni say ana 4 no some more kaya munye too loud, too silent. And from first 1 year 2, second year 4, third year 4, and son of 5 also what I say 3. And ye pamucho, ye pese adisimu because what the adimu bia say on from bia obetire no say udu kwa fama no say and I can say and I can say no onyano anameboa
Apa.
The say Muslim for now we ask him include chief imam with all due respect. Omunchire wo Quran mu ana hadith mu emfa amenyankopon chire Muhammad say mpaibo 5 no or the bar anopa no ye no 2 no why na for 2 account the we no over no 4 but ye no 2 loud and 2 silent 3 o'clock over no 4 but 2 loud 2 silent 6 o'clock over no 5 but 3 silent and 3 loud and 2 silent what I say Anna Isha and the last one no over no 4 but 2 loud 2 silent and after no why 3 account and no chip chat guy they say na no what I say Enti e pese emfa na Quran mu ana hadith mu ana emfa na Yakobon akyere Muhammad say mpaebɔ no so the bar on kyerɛ yɛ sɛ na ebe ya no because maintain that ana mehu da so enti wonu nyina no I to say ni nyina no akwa to say atesem what I say because Yakobon de mpaebɔ no ma prophet Muhammad no e ma sɛ on kyerɛ no sɛ oba kyerɛ mo sɛ na o meye but yehu da ana yɛnte da enti e pese yehu baby a Yakobon kasa kyerɛ prophet Muhammad say anopa de 5 o'clock no yɛ ni say area 1 o'clock de ni say area 3 o'clock de ni say ana 6 or 7 there no enti e pa mo the whole Muslim in the world include our own country chief imam ye pa mo with all due respect the person who baby a Yakobon kasa asem we me question no and the Muslim me ex-Muslim me family nyina what I say
expose 1 minute to be about konamu
1 minute to be about konamu what I say and then me guy be kasa or Germany me mani odus a o ya me taro kodo no na ma send wo WhatsApp no normal 2 weeks in me mani wo message ma no oti here also onya sorry biom also onya ala wo ba ni biom we Muslim 200% or to message person 10 message a me record send man oti here say ono asori we wa die
but I say
yeah the questions omo my answer
sabe
we support omo my answer what I say everyone minute to be about go nam to do what they number one
that's it
and the question we focus on the whole Muslims in Ghana in this world we want to see where God tell Muhammad to tell us how we will pray please
okay that's it captain hey 1 minute to be about konamu okay madam nyama said the brother we afraid our can't see okay just mean who how are some people okay omo we are afraid to ask questions no Muhammad call night journey and okoko j prayers ni free through by as omusa claim omo we omo say e Quran ni mo say more than mo pray 5 times a day say wo Quran ni mo already the anything and ka the man wo heaven honum Muhammad so chere Quran na mo ka say there be Muhammad and chere Quran so that means say 5 prayers ni Quran ni mo because enka Allah we din kan dia ma angel Gabriel ama Gabriel dia bre Muhammad ama ni wo Quran ni mo already a Muhammad call heaven honum Allah man 50 prayers be logically and sound okay yes man 50 prayers no baby any honum chere say Allah chere say bompa ni say anase boni say mu claim say Jesus mu kan Old Testament for no mu bompa o mu nyina say o mu ye already okay say the mo ma church no say the be su ya de ne say the church no say na o mu so bompa in that time no o mu ye no o mu can be silent no ma can be out no ma ye 4 rakat ne 2 rakat no ma ye be compulsory be so nya compulsory no mu nim say na ma we nyina already and Muhammad say okọ heaven and say na kwa konya we say nyina no mo me nwene ho okay brother na ofre no ex-Muslim or say for Muslims no mo me kire yen ehimfa na egu say o was be compulsory be compulsory e bi wo honum dia be loud e bi e silent say ni say e ma de ne different kurampo Muhammad onye oba say what Muhammad o e bema the e ma de no say different mu nyina ana chap me say question chap
yeah say
ma de ne different from ma de na
yeah man de sala ne ye pe but man de wo mun kan ma nimpie ena sania ya o mon kan ma nimpie o voice mba bonten ena se mema nyina mukuhia faako na mo ye sala mo beyi ba ko adi manim a eno ne ye imam on ne be di manim but emman ko akohia faako na o mo ye sala o mun yi obi ndi anim te se imam mo nyina mo di the same lie so o mun yi oba ma ne ndi anim nti man de ndi different ena ya pon a me hadisi bi kura be kire oba kura se wo bola finta kura na wo come asalachi a Allah nti o mpaibo
but the moment me point na say Muhammad or one a prophet na any the man nti Allah kire ne say e ma dey different mama dey different na e fa no kire no mu na mu follow the sunnah of the prophet but e ma wo different a year and also yenti ase mu answer question we say my okay Jabani people like Kabbalah so Jabani me sorry man check it background man check say now shall see hono man hunu okay but man hunu say misrewa we ubaline so sometimes snap no ma comment hono say wa baline so okay or sa private chat nim no so the be me hunu fast next time Okay, Jabani Kasamiti. Asebo.
Mitobia. Oh, hey, asembe kurani. So we say the near bre or defend the chip top say chip top onim kura na opie. Ubi sa onu so question na onu so say so ade missy enye ise ade no ade na kasa no de say me ma hu say when Black Abdul's no omo problem ni nyina ne say so omo ti story ni nasa story ni for Muhammad asa omo encheck feda biem asa eno anu no so Muhammad basi sia nasa osi oni na obo Kwame Nkrumah ji independence ma Ghana omo betina ho asa no hwehwe bia se Muhammad basi sia na obeka story bi ti se okase guy bi baye na no your friend Bandana, but instead your friend Shatawali. Because hey, mom and a story in the first. But and then yes, how it is a uchaki it's a uchaki WhatsApp. Masani will be Masani picture be. 5 daily prayers now we Gani by no. 5 daily prayers no. Your religion be your family Zoroastrian religion. Ewo hold da answer na Islam buy. Sa religion ni for a long time answer na Islam buy. So ena sa religion no ewo Iran mo bibi na ena na we ewo iti omo nyame ne ba kupe ye friend Harura Mazda owo 100 names who say Allah 99 names Sanya minu 100 names. Uko chikia oni Allah bebre aye the same. Sanya minu Arura Mazda. We prophet Zoroaster. Islam so Muhammad. 5 daily prayers. 5 fucking daily prayers. Omuye omuye a long time ago. Omuye abolition. Omu show no omuye abolition. Say na we Muslim for no. But Munkai, no omuye long time answer Islam by thousands of years. So religion is even older than Judaism. So answer Islam by so so omu a life after death no. This is judgment no. Omu bi. Who say Islam after judgment day no. Bridge bi omu na ombe paso omu ko heaven. So we a bad Muslim, we who bridge it is through now what we helm, but so we a cremo papa, we who bridge in Kraka now for Ako. Zoroastrian religion, omu concept, omuna mo story no, ele Muhammad we are here. Omuna mo when story no, sa bridge no, Sirat no, omuna mo sa concept no, ele Muhammad we are here. Flying donkey na Muhammad tina so 5 daily prayers no. Omu na omu some story no omu a priest no obompa na omu nyame no yini when you ghost ni susum no edi tina kponkwoso no okoso ro onu so okoso ro no angel bi bae begadi no Islam angel Gabriel begadi Muhammad onu so onum we milk milk and wine. Prophet Muhammad so no milk and wine. The same story. That religion was there long time. Munka religion now long time before Islam. So now this uta Yusuf will be power Quran verse be power. Sa prophet na ocha akola bitino.
Quran chapter 18 or so to give no.
Yes, ocha akola bitino. Yes, sa karata no. Ya kedel sa story in the eni omo but sa karata kedel no. It was Rasta religion mo. Omo na mo sa guy no. So, it would have a bomb last sport in Amico. When you say omo ye we according to Islam no. Samu yes no. Na samu yi obi na sanipa ni odimonia. When you say imam no. So oka samuye salat no ena sa wo ti say echire na sa uta peja wuti first ansa na ono a ala betima da wuti ti say donkey ya me see 1400 years ni nkrofo bompa yes nkrofo peja first before when imam ye nyina kura ya bi da ya peja ti sa uyenhu so obiti ada ne ti say donkey ya me da say inte ya obi anko check Zoroastrian religion no you can even just google it you will see his stories bebree ena sa uko ti say when hadith no Buhari bibia Zoroastrian religion no hona Buhari no ono so ofri bae inti o churo hadith no he had a lot of ideas about this 5 daily prayers are
so
did buy a person o mini chip chapuri ade obi akọ copy o wa sembe kurade
for I don't a good screen so no there P Black 2 I can't see about TV okay Mohammed Chateau na me be catch story be but when Azam na call when about when the shooting starts no almost story be almost see ni shaitan no jini shaitan so omo pese omo kotia omo jina so ti say ba ko be jina na ba ko afre no so na ba ko so afre no so na ba ko so afre no so sa na o ma furu sa akosoro ho last person odi na obeti se otia na waka kire the owoni ewenu eni nice no but ono no obeka kire say oh ochina alla be ku we say obeka ni pepepepe but next person ono obesi sa story ni kakra obeka say oh ochina alla be ku asemasi iti we so o pass ma we pass ma iti when answer na we no when asam ni be duru form no na asam na we asisa na o ma kokko ka kire Satan na Satan so ono so bo so na wa teacher story no iti we nyina ye de tutu mankani we ye de tutu mankani it's about time okay
ya iti almost ye wu Muhammad no almost da ye wu Muhammad no Muhammad pie ba we aso no na Allah sha se o tutu we no sa start no e de bobo mo sa da na ye wu Muhammad no from sa day no na Allah water security inti afene ya tutu star kakraka we asikura yetim we need almost we need millions of it before you can even have one star we asembe kurani
well people are careful we say man can hadith no kira manfo hadith na boss to see ano ese Muhammad say be imam ni gina nim ho na wo pagya wuti first na umfusuro say yakop be more than a donkey say what the prophet said isn't he who raises his head before the imam afraid that Allah may transform his head into that of a donkey or his face into that of a donkey and just ehunahuna time biano o hunahuna unsuro say upeja wuti before the imam na system be no prostrate for so long come say we make sure say imam na peja wuti asa na wo peja wuti so ehunahuna no e was some way say move from way back before no unsuro say nkramofo boku ne yanko so mo ye fendi agro ahunahuna nkwa o sahi Buhari ene good screen so no okay nti we hadith na okan no time bia ne wo so before
ya chateau
yeah
chateau when comment section obi aturo say even when azan no obi na etire Muhammad yes ayampa before no na omo enfre azan no but obi na edisa ade ni ba say ka say yen bibi inti Muhammad okwo da sorry by na all this when plan inti anka obi am first ade na mba anka when azan kura eni ho inti azan wie no na etire na Muhammad si say ye frɛ azan na Satan on pese obetinti ya na wata obet krakina ni tanu a block ewe no we nyina we na obe mini chip chap because of we nti chip chap we the kafra wa me
odi se munu no odi ono ana begu no ho ani mu ase a odi ko
now okay obi friend but my friend about to see my friend they on pick call ni the about ono the friend before no Okay, me hadith bi wa say me friend after on peki verse ni be okay. Because say o can say Hazan no you can see here okay. Minim say hadith ni aba me the good screen so ni ahwe okay. Ni ahwe. I think say me the good screen so that's my meaning kind for the meantime. When the Muslim arrive Al Medina, okay, they used to assemble for salat. Okay, e be verse ni me the good screen so ni ahwe bi. Okay, and yen kind minyan kind there, okay, but Eguhase was saying, Jimmy Altemedi and a can story was saying, okay, when the Muslims arrived in Al Medina, they used to assemble for the salat. They used to assemble for the salat, and guess the time for it, there was no one who called for it. Okay, the prayer, no beyond free prayers. No, one day, they discussed that, and some of them said that they should use a bell. So what they should use a bell like the bell of the Christians use. And you know, more discussion about how I deal with say no. No, will be suggested someone use bell because the Christopher one about domano. So what say? And we say, oh, my idea and no. Now Azan be anyone of Alan the cancer Azan Bia. Others said they should use the trumpet like the horn of the Jews use. Okay, but Muhammad copy. But Umar, so I would say, who once again, Umar said, we wouldn't it better if we had a man call for the prayers? He said, so Allah's messenger said, oh Bilal, stand up and call.
Umar, mi hero. Me say Umar, there, mi hero, no. Umar. Umar, we say Umar, mi hero. Hey, Papa, Wabu Mohammed. Hey,
Muhammad, Papa, and man hijab, Umar. Call of that direction of the prayer, Umar. Okay, hey, Azebo.
alcohol ni na Umar, alcohol no. Ni na she Quran Umar. When ni na ukoka.
Sahin, okay. Reference the good on no. Sahin, Jimmy Altemedi, book number, Bibia will say. And Tiwama who say, Omuye discussion, yenye den, but Muhammad in person, or himself of a bell na, Ombe Serenaka or copy a Christopher, no, or you trumpet na, Ombecas or send you for the okay, or person look different, or person look authentic, we say no. And a Uma cast okay, mo being free, Bilal, no, and yet the choice in a command or a slave. So I would say, Bilal, because Bilal, sorry, because or Casime, Debbie, Bilal, a commandant also or a slave or a black slave. Somebody has there, it's where the good school so. Remember, Blemus a Tobion because the Bibia woman this idea whereby and yet Allah. And the prayers and so the same thing. Amount for Bia and a mind is rituals when I move follow the whole time. Umusa questions. And to give this a book where saying Allah when him about we say. Now okay, more than my own judge for myself, okay. And the chapter I think will be able to my run up will I say. Now the program not by ending because the ministry will be brother be able line so me sorry by way. Ahmed, Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Me too.
What do you count?
Yeah.
Okay, my friend was Barcelona.
Okay, from Barcelona. Okay, Adam, do you Muslim man?
Oh, my ass over me judge that.
But Adam, we are sure so we are ex-Muslim.
Yes, why?
Now because obi beti my friend no ashara kasa we ex-Muslim just be obi ti be akasa be by yempe as an ex-Muslim bia. Ya be o dey say because
me na ya fanti kremu.
Okay. But those who die ya che.
Na me shegru na me base me tizongo nti chi me koye tu banko sam ko Muslim anka sam. Exactly, but me ja ya che.
Okay.
Because that me call school salvation school. One call Asoria. Umugwa Bibi and just said that you cocoye increment so that me at time in class or salvation. But me concremosun them goons and so West. Nancremosun Nangasa one problem be brave. Yes, because
Udin you can say Adam.
Ibrahim Adams.
But someone in the Dean every two and I say yes, we are mistaken in the Dino.
Yo, your friend and it's not mistake.
Okay, Adams. And how long now we are Muslim? How long now we are Muslim now?
Oh, yeah, more than 5 years, 6 years,
Okay. And now we be but what's the one I'll call inside? One I'll call a journey and also be a
anti-cremo. What do I say? It's Papa Muna, no way, but Papa would jay that because men and now we know. Watch a Japadino, cremo for no war, yeah, as an woman, Papa Nubu Fui. What do I say? The hand, Toro jay that.
I didn't come so honest. Prophet Muhammad, the Quran about Yachram said on Becha Padiano, and almost as you are. I think.
One more year because I didn't say, men and I know a team contractor, water credit. On a power grant, men and now on or yeah, your friend, team contractor, president, board of director for Ghana, consecutive two times. What they are saying during the time, Kwame Nkrumah and Seneba, your friend and Buzia once and ever champion. To me, and I'm on a power grant, more now was starting team contractor and Sana. JCM nene your friend and different companies the work batakra the work the one na mina na no obo we that time runs by and chibia na the runs the necessary two Japanese na concession also what I say because your friend and also what you Japan no mba no woman agree say your friend one fan boom no ban yeduma nti what the once or two runs the necessary two Japanese the time we read so we change Japan na concession no a kawa bahu won't mean to other make it runs CV land that no we treatima was in and the cars na what channel so na what is even papa because na papa is first born because no so rural no but omo anya nsa nti man papa no nubu fu jai asori ye kra long time kra and sana me better to be what better to be me na nti mo me na nkyɛn na so ko Roman na mtumi ko school salvation school na yɛkɔ no ai wo mu gua yɛn sɛ wan kwa asɔre a Sunday wan kwa asɔre a wo mu gua yɛn na me so me di Ibrahim Adams nti ai wo bi sɛ mo school sɛ me sɛ wo yɛ kremoni na me san na echi no nam se no me continue me yɛ asɔre nti me di no what dem kwa happen na den me kwa happen was so me di Ibrahim da nti ya de wo bɛ sɛ me di ya nti nko YouTube no watch ma ashawo do ayala watch me take can be our am starting na me ya so mi ni zongo fo boys ni move ni so na me ni e den pa na troublesome the ne boys ni move a wo ya hye mi na de a obu a na me I was me side na ko say fancy side nti ai wo ko e trouble bi na de e go on ma na me dwa wo ne fancy fu na de no ko e trouble na me dwa wo nti chi no mi hwedi nam so we kura no ya bi o se ni bi nti mi wi school na me den ni ma so down but I didn't say when you ankasa no me hwe wo your friend me hwe history no between that no say yeah to me no but me can from obi to me no me and yeah good for my destiny my soul o ja say
but someone good for your soul or someone ankasa
yankopon bi wo no ma yeah this way no because a brother wo hwe wo bibia ya aggressive na wo hwe any bad thing bia so e koso was special African and I say even Ghana when ankasa no wo say wo bi what I say at the same time no so wo no say wo bibia to say unhunu rare because should was I been move so the guy your friend argument by o kaso should say should you no you was abuzongo you was zongo ankasa you okoto for zongo what I say na you another zongo be here
Adam see who was we draw hono man as say the who is we draw
no she said me was Spain more not Spain
oh sorry I'm okay because you man be was we draw if no UT that were born there what in kada
UT that one I move so the argument but your friend me we we mu no I me yeah me won me boys no mu ndi pa so say na me ka zongo no so do no ye zongo 3 ai bisa no one day won me argument bisa no ye zongo 3 ye za zongo ye kotokoli zongo ye wo yare wa zongo ni ye wo zongo ankasa so what as in 4 dam e yo fe na kotokoli zongo ankasa no and wo so ebu town ankasa hono na troublesome trouble no pa wo what as na ye wo kotokoli zongo kotokoli fo na de no one way camp kakra na ye wo yare wa zongo one stadium on the side one so way camp kakra but dam zongo na wo but also na mete ntia wo ye wo ye bibia na mo say me kan ho but me sometimes me check idea no what I say because me patapa no me nije ho what I obi o ye patapa o say o try so sisiu bi no me what I say e fit me more phrase na mpopi so catch me say no da me sum we di ma me try say me sum kwanti da wo hu say me ya so kra no me na catch mpopi ni bu fu pa bro me easy bro me easy yeah if you want me ja so no me man kwa sorry no man ko you for Christo sum so na sia na be start say me ko Christo sum so but me hu say ni na no eden azan ma to ma bi de me bompa ya to bompa yo efie na ko me say but nipa de wo ho no ma o say wudi no kware na eden ya say heavy no ma say my Avraham Ben Moshe ayo kan heavy lu wo no ma wo yan kwaje which as do wunu ya de no kware ba yes e bia me nko me nyankremu nti me tan we na ebi no wo no ma work aside say my recently my what year Jonas na di many John kra no what year Abraham many John kra dam padi na wo America wo no na ba ku bi say so Labanese ni wo no Ghana ko so ye den a o threat Jonas so no botum eku no hu di ama ne your friend ne mala no matter we no your friend Spain hanu man ko dem ko de je can the matter no dam top no yeah men that brother because who guys had no damn problem here is here one ko bomb wo train about 400 something people were we now see about 2 years so yeah we so the car the company man for Barcelona from street be so see I don't know did the matter no what shows that we the main JB obokono you I know what Barcelona wo jimi omboku woba now we stakes all challenge one omboku one time we won't find talk on not so threatening yeah what can face the country that boy ne kan o you one year o you friend Muhammad na one year yeah obisa the question say Muhammad then why am Ghana simple say ginano why you say and now when him say one year finti wo ma aggressive which America ho na we the mad way amount for say young Ghana for say no your problem na too so you united because you united that you even able to contribute to scan their ma their follow your own no why that problem here we ma the case what I say ma in case you know what share that you for the YouTube that one that guy na or caso in any wo that and that coffee na one year Ghana for we gen o ma ba wo fini gen wo fi you find pal na don wo Ghana rare Ghana ni o Muslim on yet the mad that brother rare Ghana ni o Muslim no on yes ah yeah on try to be say meku ama say meku because on him say Ghana wo no man sana asum neba no ni so madam kofi na wo mu o ta so wo mu fi mali ni je na ina wo aba wo amount for bisa amount for fa the phone what call eyi ya mo du ni je apo say hey kofi ana du ha na o se tre one set ni je ni on shampa bua ni we yi ni mpaboa wo mpaboa na e she ni we yi ba je tu say iska wo hu bi obeyi ni na ade what you na your friend ala kafun be si afo desert no so o rape on anyhow o yis fano na da mi sumu ye so papa okay
okay me time na ya so nti manemla conclusion
okay and yeah conclusion I want to say no ide your friend or say then yeah what now a month for a woman now 1 more year you won't think the freedom fighters will be over nano over Cassia over threat won't be yeah back yeah help what you actually near finding two problems then you pack over threat and you're finding two problems you see yeah cowards what I say you say cowards because Ghana no say yeah what just say you should not dinner say me I'm catching some papa me na no it's my contract river pra no me minimum river pra pa what I say minimum river pra from Dabuasia to your friend Akeku alcohol to pra so me minimum almost said that me should na this is man be kotra your friend Captain Smart ni so or your friend MPP ni or your MSA cra something major something was Okula toast or something I say me because I say your kind what say on your friend you should now water no one by yen western for na central for no na yen river pra na de it's the end your problem I just imagine it's brother me your friend me na yeah me the master me go Captain Smart name this me for Ghana me for Ghana this month me for Ghana me try my Captain Smart issue so me bisa Captain Smart so to one man they can't matter me so I say yeah if you western na central na dey you nipa you know what for kuku ya what I say what for make na do kuku ya na so enti sa dey pa dey anoma na no offend western na you offend central dey say yet we e Ghana because they asem unto ka the master no say yen no you offend the water yen Accra side yen no water na dey na you offend more western na na more bread na nipa no your argument so ka say Ghana is collapsing. Say must destroy offend river bodies in Adina. What can some of the show? What say true? We're failing. What is more failing system? We're failing country. No Chinese ni bang. Europe, anum. You should be aqua with the book. You should be. Is there a place who church is our Spain? Environment. You can destroy environment. Brother, environment. No what can we say? In Western Funa. Central for the end of Prana, the interior a problem. They should not make it a problem. Now, who the master be who can? Who shall a good?
Yeah, okay. Adams, okay, Mr. Rawa, Betama, so maybe yeah, tell story na say yeah. Another subscribe page I say okay, subscribe page I say take for a come obia Mr. Rawa subscribe page I say e program. And you page we say that e program so because me who that okay.
Okay, but me long time na me show yen deba long time. I go England no ko your friend interview na do England na
okay my show.
Me what 2 times or 3 times. What delay to what account recently na me show. Still my subscriber.
That's chip chap. Omunyina abusrep obi a mo subscribe mo ko YouTube on CCA.
Na me time no ba sanko fa on me chene na Ben Moshe na wo. O just na ni your friend I don't know Ghana no. On ko me chene CCA na
live tone no.
O just na tune na me ka cho live tune. On to me ta chene pa. O just
that's
wo the end na me show long time. O just long time.
And that's what my friend will contribute to my program. We say so okay. But that's the chip chap online is still okay. And Adams, me that's say okay. Me that's say chip chap.
Seto.
Chip chap. We 1 minute to be run up. Be a say and an area.
Okay. Me that's pa na. I was say nkramophone bi abase a or more type no fa nsem kwa na e o me de. I was say oh, say we are watching them. Oh, watching why? Masa, hypocrisy in some who no be jay amunjai. Amount for free Christianity mu to Baba Islam dia. Namo do woman nam Ghana kuraba bia namo ye propaganda. Oh, free Christianity waba Islam. No can stories. Or read the Bible or with a Bible do free yame. Entina wajaya waba kremoni. And the namo type of Allahu Akbar. Kamal and bin Abba. And our Africa, ye Christo Nibia, why you tuba, and why an interview no Kasa. Kamugu say ya Allahu Akbar, Inshallah, takbir. Obia free Islam, no also kind of story. said wonim Islam and wo free mo a mo te wa na mo type no fa nsem hunu nko a masa mo ma adwene ne nya adwuma ba wo se obi a kire ai na you want Prophet Muhammad to fix your country for you and do you pay your tax to Prophet Muhammad masa wo di obi achi na wo nya mfa so obi a mfiri nipa no mu a na wo di na chi ye dai book a wo de bre wa wo kan from A to Z ya wo ntimi mfa nya matches mpo A to Z wo nya hwe mfiri now with the book we say it is the manual for life. Abraham manual for life me find now say manual for life and the manual for life no pass obe na woso. Na ye kan mo say ma ye nka me dwene kramofo we mu ho amenti ase mo ka say eye tetemre na enne de ubetima aye research de ope ahu no kre no nti so obi aye research no wa hu no kre no wa firim a mo hu sampa wa firim enye se na obi abetra na chese nsem hunu kwa masa mo ma adwene ne nya adwuma na esi aya brɛ mo what you say nti wontimi nka say we are watching for what questions na ebusa na yese mo mfrɛ na mo ma answer wonim say wonni answer just off your data you quarantine yourself simple
now okay
so ya brɛ mo ka
people are too so abaline so back also run up biana
yes yes anka bese obia eya se nkrofonye tama omuko cheki na Prophet Muhammad or one of companions ni bi your friend is Salaman the Persia na oye wuno Iran ho na oye priest Zoroastrian religion omu priest so ena ojaye intina opese anka ondani we Jew nti otu kwan ena okosha nkrofobi ena nkrofo we omu dada no na omu koton no tise slave ena Muhammad tonu so ena Muhammad tonu inti Solomon the Persian no we pacho munyina mu ko check no why mu ko check ni story mo akaze mu be hu se na easy say anka Muhammad obenya sa 5 daily prayers in Quran simple all the concept in Quran from Zoroastrian religion simple because he had Solomon the Persia iti omuku we bi Quran to ko bi Quran battle of Tranch Solomon the Persia na any we ni idea ono no say omu tutututu we sa we amna no and omu tuwe and omu use na and omu di win sa war no iti anka na we na medi baba be so Teto mirasi. Chief Tabubo Juma, Michobia.
Okay, Mr. Midasi party for the program we be end was saying okay. Ex-Muslim Monday, okay. Let the ex-Muslim speak. On my before my friend, almost on my casa. If you chair calling in any programs, be also be my friend. Okay, if say ex-Muslims, no, purpose say, but man, something normal. Say they be ex-Muslim, ni be a casa crampa or Moshe because ex-Muslim will be afraid. But omuntimi show my identity ne crampo. Bebre po omuntimi nye the enka because omo family crampo ntiase. Nti the more na ye can ye show references no, then ye provide I don't know what scripture man for hunu bi no because a man for bebre timi kind in Arabic no, it sound very nice, very sweet, very touching in the Arabic. But say obe tiase so the all kind na hona be hu niema. Nti a man for sha say no more tiase, the good screen so or more sources no. Authentic and kwa da if be anim na omunyine hunu bia okay half that man for shall say nti be normal thing after obi as bet me ba bontin aka say menye ex-Muslim bio because yentimi ko omunyina organa honom yentimi tata omunyina ani so woti ase so na dem be obetimi aden I make a good decision say okay ade am gidi we say no e yam pafrinya kopon honom because omo reasons na omo de maye ni nyina say boku ni frinya kopon honom no ye betimi adi bank ni nyina. Any reason be or be ano, who say either say our Bible more already, and we're one of the other. New team be any corner anima in new or be any muda. Be any one may walk corner anima, a new or be any. And there, you know who be this. So what I say, and the program will be end was saying, okay, Seto SSK for Mr. Ma, who knew a platform to subscribe or page one, okay. Let's share, no comment. Here soldiers are on the comment section honom no ma share videos no Mr. Mon comment especially more YouTube no because they say YouTube so strong say the Facebook na here no idea bentra and important, okay? It because I better create another page for because Facebook for more block the whole time. YouTube for better block at any time. So it is a page is near strong and I said you block at any time I say. You can say the oranges need to go one basket more. So what's the time be aware because you bet me block me page when any madness is a mint me and show be and a moon share a strong now. So on Facebook for the block put on bones that be page we say no or kind of crano. There is no amount of no amount of lies, no. Jonas your can be bisa. Truth about lies be a macabee ever canceling now, okay. Settle SSKT for Madame Amasi, okay. If a program where do has say no time on us on abroad so crampo already in some seconds. Timido be as a chip chap on a friend was saying, okay, Adam Suso Frey, P Black 2 Suso Frey, ex-president, ex-Muslims president, Suso Frey, okay. And Rashid, Suso Frey, when you a program now, Mrs. Hamry, Timidase, Madame Manobi say for Mama bye.